In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Never again! For years he has been a proud man. He's worn the power ring of the guardians and used it well, and never doubted the righteousness of his cause. In the next dozen seconds, an event will occur which will signal the end of his grandeur and the beginning of a long torment. There will be no happy ending, for this is not a happy tale, nor a simple one. But what you are about to witness is perhaps inevitable. His name, of course, is Green Lantern, and often he has vowed that no evil shall escape my sight. He has been fooling himself. It begins with a mission of charity in the sky above Star City. I haven't heard much from Green Arrow lately, and the last time I saw him he was bugged. About what, I don't know. But as long as I'm in the area anyway, I might as well look him up. Uh-oh, trouble below. A punk attacking that man. We don't like your kind around here, fatso. Get me? You come footing around, you gonna get leaned on. Give it to him, Mike. Yeah, man. And the onlookers are encouraging him. No respect for law and order. None. I'll give him and his cheering section a well-needed lesson. Hey! Teach them a little respect. Let me down. Not yet, sonny. Not till I'm certain you'll remember this. When you get out, that is, because the next stop is police headquarters. I'll be there in a few minutes to prefer charges. You all right, fella? Just fine, Lantern, thanks to you. But another second, that kid might have hurt me. You're my kind of guy, Lantern. More guys like you. This world would be a better place. Hey, superhero. There's no need to thank me, people. I was just doing my duty. From every window, from each rooftop, comes a hail of garbage, bottles, tin cans. My ring will protect us, and they better have protection too, 'cause I've had it. They're acting like animals. You want a riot, mister? Okay, that's what I'll give you. Touch him first, Green Lantern, and you'll have to touch me second. And I'll touch back. Believe it, chum. Back off. Go chase a mad scientist or something. Green Arrow? You're defending these anarchists? Can't you see they're breaking the law? Yeah, I can see. Lots of things. Like you've no business here. I was almost tempted to throw a can at you myself. You're not making sense, Green Arrow. No? Come on. I'll give you a guided tour. I'll look at how the other half lives, if you can call it living. This lady here is the grandmother of a kid you sent to headquarters. She's 80, and he's her only means of support. Mike had to drop out of school and get a crummy job because she has no one else. That's tough, but blasted, he was breaking the law. Technically he was, sure. He lost his temper and roughed up a fat cat landlord who owns this dump, the creep who hasn't spent a cent for repairs in years. Now he figures he can make more money using the property for a parking lot, so he's going to evict the tenants. Kick a lot of old folks out on the street. Lord knows this building is bad, but they don't have anything else. Like what you've seen? Listen, I hope you enjoyed playing superhero out there. I hope it did a lot of good for your ego. Easy, you've no cause to yell at me. I have a job. I do it. Seems I've heard that line before, at the Nazi war trials. I want to ask that ring slinger a question, Mr. Green Arrow. I've been reading about you, how you work for the Blue Skins, and how on a planet someplace you helped out the Orange Skins, and how you done considerable for the Purple Skins. Only there's skins you never bothered with, the Black Skins. I want to know, how come? Answer me that, Mr. Green Lantern. I can't. In the time it takes to draw a single breath, the span of a heartbeat, a man looks into his own soul, and his life changes. Okay, maybe I have been a dummy. So tell me, how do I help? I'm no advice committee, but if you want to bad enough, you'll find a way. And you know, I think you do want to. For openers, you might try to keep folks from getting kicked into the streets. I can talk to the landlord. You sure can. And lots of luck, pal. Then, in the privacy of Hal Jordan's hotel room, the Emerald Crusader performs a familiar ritual, touching the glowing ring gem to a lantern, infusing it with energy. In brightest day, in blackest night, No evil shall escape my sight. How often have I made that vow, and until today, I believed what I was saying. But evil was all around me, disguised as familiar, everyday persons and places. I've lived this long without learning that bad doesn't have to be a bug-eyed monster or a mad scientist, nor is it always hidden. That penthouse is pretty visible, and if Green Arrow is right, it houses corruption. Jubal Slade. Why, yes. To what do I owe the pleasure, Green Lantern? For a long hour, the Emerald Crusader argues, insists, and finally pleads. To no avail. I mean, you really break me up, Lantern. You and your bleeding heart. I mean, you gotta be kidding. I mean, I got the law on my side. I can do anything I want with that property. You expect me to pass a fat profit because a lot of worthless old geeks are gonna get rained on? Boys, escort the Crusader out. Don't touch me. Why not, Tuffy? You afraid you'll bruise? I warned you. Keep your slimy hands off. Your turn, you filthy heap of... You better not. I'm a powerful man in this town. Tell me more. Scare me. As the enraged hero's rock-hard fist is about to descend into Jubal Slade's pastry-soft face, the air shimmers, and a telepathic image of one of the mysterious galactic guardians materializes. Green Lantern of Earth, desist. This human has committed no crime. Report to Oa. Immediately. You're lucky, Slade, but there'll be another time, I promise. I'm counting on it, Lantern. You, me, and my lawyers. A willed command to the ring, and time and space twists and coils as limitless distances are compressed into handbreadths. Oa, a solitary planet circling a star for which men have no name. Home of the Guardians. Bare minutes after he is summoned, Green Lantern stands before the Grand Council. You have behaved inexcusably. We have monitored your activities. We have observed your emotional attack on your brother Earthling. That filth is no brother of mine. Silence! We are prepared to overlook your insubordination once. We shall say no more. You are warned. Now attend us. There is a task that must needs perform. A swarm of stray meteors will collide with Titan, one of the satellites of Saturn in your solar system. You are to divert it and stay on station until we have recalled you. All right, and I'm sorry. We have no use for apologies. Dismissed. Once again, the ring folds back the universe, and there's the meteor shower. Still a good 1,000 miles from Titan. I won't even work up a sweat diverting it. A once-over lightly with the power beam, and the job's done. And it wasn't worth doing. Saturn's moons are so much rock uninhabited. The Guardian sent me on a useless mission. Why? Now I've got to stay here, floating in space like a hunk of jetsam. It doesn't make sense. Or does it? Sure. They sent me here to cool off. You have behaved inexcusably. I've always had total faith in their wisdom, and yet you work for the Blueskins. You never bothered with Blackskins. Nuts. I've had the Blueskins high and mighty order giving. I'm going where I'm needed. At that moment, in Jubal Slade's luxurious quarters. Well, another greenie. You gonna make with the sob story too? Yeah, I'm gonna make you cry your cruddy little heart out. You make a lot of bread. And I want some. You want money? I knew you couldn't be as dumb as you look. The figure is 25,000. Slade. Dollars. Putting me on, huh? I mean, what you got to sell? Safety. The health of your errand boys. Too quickly for the eye to follow, the amazing archer's hand blurs to his quiver, fits and looses plex aluminum shafts. The 4 twangs of his bowstring sound as one. Well, you see my point? If not, I have a few dozen other points. I mean, all right. Only I ain't got that much cash. Tell you what, let's meet someplace. Say at midnight. Fine with me. I'll be at 909 Gramercy Street. It's an abandoned store. See you there. He must have some evidence of my underworld activities, or he wouldn't have pulled that grandstand play. I'll call the boys. Slade took the bait. Now I can only hope he runs true to form. Once a thug, always a thug. And so, as Star City sleeps on a dark side street, Green Arrow, that you? Where's Slade? He sent us. We got something for you. Don't bother checking him. We put 9 slugs into a dummy. True, and it's not the only one here. You're a mite slow on the draw, fella. Don't worry though, you'll have plenty of time to practice in prison. Now, to collect the evidence, the tape recording of our little talk about Slade. Oh no, one of the bullets hit it. The tape is ruined. Why the devil couldn't they shoot straight? I'm back where I started, with a couple of little fish netted, while the big boss shark goes his way. Morning. Fingers of sunlight poke into a neighborhood that can never really be brightened. Morning. And gloom. That's it, GL. I should have known Slade wouldn't have come himself, and I shouldn't have counted on the tape gimmick. So Slade's still free, and the people in this building are about to be evicted. You appealed to Slade's humanity. I tried his greed, and we both failed. Some heroes we are, huh? If there were only some way to connect the gunman with their boss. Wait a second. The Hoods haven't been in touch with Slade. No. He isn't exactly famous for his loyalty to employees. Then he doesn't know they've been caught. And we have a chance. Citizens of Star City, raise your eyes. Look up from the pavement into the blue of the noon sky. Observe 2 gentlemen on their way to work. This will be a sight to tell your grandchildren about, citizens of Star City. Won't it? It is a pity, citizens, that you can't be at Jubal Slade's penthouse exactly 10 minutes later. You idiot! I told you never to come here. Why didn't you phone like I told you to? We got hassled by the fuzz, boss. We had to stay out of sight. I mean, did you hit him? Who, boss? Green Arrow. Did you finish him? I don't understand. Finish? I paid you to kill him, remember? Oh, did you? How interesting. Green Lantern? I mean, you figure you're pretty blasted clever. Well, you can't prove a thing. Green Lantern won't have to prove anything. That's my job. Need I add that you're under arrest? Jeremy Tyne, District Attorney. Back off, Tyne. This is more than a paperweight. It's live. I'm going, and anyone who tries to stop me is going to be blown to scraps. I'll die before I lose my freedom. You impressed, GL? Not especially. Still, the windbag may not be bluffing. I might as well take care of him. No trouble. I'll be darned. He wasn't bluffing. Amazing. I would have sworn he wasn't able to speak the truth. You learn something new every day. I've been trying to nail this rat for years. I couldn't pin anything on him until now. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, on behalf of Star City, I thank you. Our pleasure, Mr. Tyne. The end of the adventure? Yes, but we prophesied that our story was not a happy one, and indeed it is not, for there remains a very important epilogue. Green Lantern of Earth, heed me, heed my anger. You have been insubordinate. You disobeyed our orders. We command you to remain on station until we decreed your task completed. I'm sorry. That's right, Lantern. Apologize. Grovel in front of that walking mummy. You call yourself a hero. Chum, you don't even qualify as a man. You're no more than a puppet, and the Guardians pull your strings. Listen, forget about chasing around the galaxy, and remember America. It's a good country, beautiful, fertile, and terribly sick. There are children dying, honest people cowering in fear, disillusioned kids ripping up campuses. On the streets of Memphis, a good black man died, and in Los Angeles, a good white man fell. Something is wrong. Something is killing us all. Some hideous moral cancer is rotting our very souls. And you, sitting on your mud ball preening like a smug tomcat, how dare you presume to meddle in the affairs of humanity when human beings are no more than statistics to you and your crew? How would you advise us? That's easy. Come off your perch. Tush, taste, laugh, and cry. Learn where we're at and why. I feel there is wisdom in your words. There is wisdom. For a week, the galactic immortals argue and debate. Finally, one of their number is chosen to leave Oa, disguised as an Earth mortal. He appears in Hal Jordan's hotel room. Green Lantern of Earth, I have a proposition for you. Then, on a clear, chilly day, bright with the promise of spring, it seems a bit silly to travel in this old heap, Oliver Queen. I could switch us to Green Lantern and fly us. Pal. We're gonna play it strictly human, remember? There's a fine country out there someplace. Let's go find it. 3 set out together, moving through cities and villages, and the majesty of the wilderness, searching for a special kind of truth. Searching for themselves.